Boom. We're here. It
We
took an
made
extra
it.
minute. I
We're
don't
gonna
know
get
what
there.
I would do if we just like popped on and a minute later we were good. Like there were no technical issues or anything. I don't know when that's going to happen. We're going to have
Well,
some
well,
professional people helping us.
I will say this time that it was a lot better than the last time. This is gonna bother me. Okay, all right, let's do it. Hi,
All right.
everybody.
I see 3. Well, I saw 3 and now I see 0. But there were some people here a
Okay,
minute ago. So hopefully they're
okay.
just having technical difficulties and they'll be back.
Hopefully so.
Well,
Let's go
somebody
ahead
made
here.
it.
Yay! That's exciting. Let me go to my handy dandy phone here, and I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, and I'm gonna let the club know that we are live.
Awesome.
See if yes. Let's get this going. All right, this one. So, how was your day? Your day's going all right.
It's been all right. It's been busy. You know how it goes.
It's always busy. It seems like it's always busy, right?
Always.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is the old. This okay. I need to put it here. I really need to learn how to use Fable.
It's you gotta click a couple buttons to get there, and I don't love that. Fable is
I don't
great, but
either.
Fable takes a minute to get and I don't like that there's just one ongoing uh discussion post that just goes back to the beginning of
Mhm.
our club. I wish we could make it a little more organized and like do separate posts or something. I don't know.
We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. All right. So I let everybody know that we are officially live, and I
Awesome.
think I'm ready.
Well, I hope so because we've been live for 2 minutes.
We're gonna make it happen, Captain.
Shalane made it. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yay!
Um,
Yes,
I asked her how to
exciting.
pronounce it because I've been saying Shailene for forever, and then I looked at it the other day and was like, "That's not what that name is."
It's like, hold on now. Let's get this
Shalane.
right.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Shalane. That is pretty. I like that. Let me okay. Do I have YouTube on my iPad? I don't remember if I do.
There we go.
Let's
How was your
see.
Sunday?
I'm gonna just quiet, relaxing, all the things that it
Hmm.
should be. I really I really am enjoying the slower weekends, I think, just because work stuff is picking up. So it's nice to, kind of have that woosah, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I That's
It's
not how my
officially
Sundays go.
nice to meet you, Shailene.
Nope. Shalane.
Shalane, I'm
No.
so
It's
sorry. Please
it's
forgive
gonna
me.
take a minute.
It
We've been
is.
we've been referring to you wrong for forever, Shalane.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay,
You
so
are
offish.
the most active in Fable Club right now, and we really appreciate it. Love the back and forth, even though we were
Absolutely.
talking at 5:30 in the morning the other day. I don't know why you were awake, but I was happy to have the conversation.
There is totally nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I am in here so I can see the stuff going on here. All right, exciting. This is great. So
So
if I
we
look at my
are
iPad, it's okay, right? Because my iPad is like
yeah, you're
directly in
fine.
front of me. Okay. All right. Because I figured it looks better instead of me like looking up here and then looking over there.
You're fine.
All
This
right. So
is I'm gonna put up the photo. It's so small, guys, but we are here to talk about Atmosphere by Taylor
you
Jenkins
sure it's not
Reid.
bury our bones?
I know let me tell you how much panic I felt when you said that earlier. She's I'm like, "What do you mean you didn't know I was reading it?"
I did.
So that freaked me out. And I was like, "Well,
I
I
you never
posted
told me.
Atmosphere."
You never
You
told
didn't
me
c
that you were reading
I
it.
On Fable, I posted the show with the photo of the cover.
I, I didn't look at it.
You got to get
You
notifications
gotta
on
get
Fable.
you. We do, but you know what? You got to give me a break because I literally just finished A Little Life. Literally, just
I
finished it.
can't.
Like what?
No,
Three
you got to
hours
tell
ago.
everybody your situation with that because that broke my heart.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, everybody needs to know because they need a PSA to watch their Everand credits.
So I did. Okay. I had the book on Everend. Okay. I used one of my precious credits on Everend. Okay. And I said, I'm going to do a no audio September, right? Because it is September. So I said, I'm not going to do any audiobooks this September. The only two books that I would allow myself was going to be A Little Life because I needed to make sure I finished it. And I also wanted to do The Covenant of Water because both of those audios are super long and I started them before September. So this weekend I looked and I'm like, "Ooh, I got 8 hours left." I looked, I think it was like Friday at work. I was like, "I got 8
Yeah.
hours left. I can just knock it out, got some project work, I can listen to it." Well, it cut off after a section. Like it had like the most powerful quote. Then he was like, "I'm with you too." And it just cut off. And I was like, "But wait, there's more." There was literally, I think it was a good probably
Yeah,
15%
you
of
said
the book left.
15%.
It was a good 15. I know legit page-wise was like 100. So it had some chunks to it that I still needed to get through. And I'm like, then I don't know. I'm just thankful I made it. I'm done. I read it with my eyes. I
I'm
did give
I
myself some
hopefully they
Spotify to finish it.
okay. I think that's all right though. It sucks you had to use some Spotify hours because Everand better give you a credit.
I hope so because Everand and I we've been together for a very long time and I was a little upset by that, but I did finish it. Um, you know, I can say that I finished it. A beautiful 4 stars.
I
All of that,
think
4 stars.
I am going to read it sometime in the winter, like when I'm just locked in the house and nowhere to go. But I'm not in a hurry to get to it. Yeah, Shalane, we love Everand. However, this no carryover unlocks thing, I lost
Oh,
3 credits the last
it's
2
tough.
months because I was in the hospital, so I didn't get to use my credits. And then the
Mhm.
other day, they say you have until this date, but they actually change over the day before. So I thought I had a whole extra day, and they were gone, and I was so upset.
I I think I've lost, I wanna say maybe 2 just because I forgot.
Oh, I was like, "No," like, heartbroken because, like, at least I got to use at least 1 a month, which still puts me at if I was using that awful Audible, I would only be getting 1 credit anyway for the same price, you know? It's $1 more
Might
and you
as well
get
get
3
3.
credits a month. Exactly.
That part I do like, and most of the books are actually there except for the ones that have the,
The
what is it
Audible
called? The whole
exclusive.
Everend. Yeah. Mm, other than that, I mean, it's not bad. I do like that
Well,
usually, like I said, most of the stuff is there.
Audible, I think I mentioned this, but I don't know if we were filming when I mentioned the Audible thing, um,
Mhm.
but
You
Audible
told
is
me about it, but we
having
didn't mention it.
yeah, Audible is Amazon is just doing what Amazon does, which is being a monopolizing, greedy piece of crap because they're making it so that indie authors, anybody who's using their platform, if you don't sign up to be completely exclusive and Audible, meaning you can't even give your book to Libby for the library, then you make less money. And if somebody listens to, let's say I decide to listen to and use a credit for an indie author and I just buy their stuff. It's not exclusive. They take a hit on that, but then I go and listen to one of the Audible Plus platforms that is exclusive. they will take part of the money from my credit or my money that I sent to that indie author and make them divide it up between the other listens that I did that are part of the catalog. So they're literally taking money out of indie authors and smaller authors' pockets. And it's all in an effort to monopolize everything. And it really upsets me because every once in a while, I keep going, I think we got to find a way because they're the king of everything, Kindle and Audible and buying books, so cheap, buying anything cheap. I have an Amazon subscription. I don't know that I can ever
Mhm.
completely get rid of Amazon, but we're not doing Audible. I still got Kindle Unlimited. Guys, I don't know. I can't get
I
rid of
think
it. I'm trying.
I can't get rid of Kindle Unlimited. I can't. I don't know. I haven't been able to break that up yet.
It's like we've got like some kind of Stockholm syndrome where even though they keep hitting us and they keep beating us, we keep loving them. And I don't love them, but I keep coming around, sticking around. So shame on me. But the same
Mhm.
thing with Goodreads. They own Goodreads. I use Goodreads primarily as my platform for like upcoming books to track because Fable just doesn't
Mhm.
do a good job of letting you know like when a release date is. And like I can't do all the lists the way that I do on Goodreads. So I just need somebody to like fix Fable. Like I need to go work at Fable and do a bunch of customer interaction in XI, XU, or UX, UI changes
I was
because
about
they
to say
need.
what?
I know. I've got X in my brain. Did you take that class? Did you take the UX?
I started it, but I decided to do the other stuff, the cyber.
Okay, I
Yeah,
thought
the
about doing
cyber shit.
UX.
Mhm. You should.
See, I don't love
I'm gonna do that.
Storygraph, Delane. I I want to love Storygraph because I'm an
Storygraph.
analyst, so I love the stats. But it is so hard to navigate.
And I will agree that Storygraph is definitely a lot harder to navigate. I have trouble navigating Storygraph.
Yeah, and like I don't want to go. I already hate going into Goodreads, posting my review, and then going and copying it and put it in Fable because I write my reviews in Goodreads because I can type on my computer. We talked about this in an episode
Mhm.
of the podcast.
Yep.
Fable does not allow you to go onto a website to submit your reviews, type your reviews in. I have to go through the app,
Mhm.
and I need them to fix that because I would get rid of Goodreads and I would use Fable exclusively, but right now I just can't.
I'm posting on our socials that we're live, so I'm listening. But I got the
No, you're
link,
fine.
so I'm putting it in all of the places.
I write mine in Storygraph because I can copy and paste on my phone. See, that's what I've been doing. I've been copying and pasting out
Mhm.
of Goodreads and then going over to Fable and dropping it in, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that.
And see, I don't even do mine in Goodreads. I just do mine directly in Fable, and I usually just do like one or two words. I'm like
Yeah, you
apostrophe.
you
No, not
you got to
good.
work
No.
on that. I
I
saw
mean,
you write.
they're not the book trip ones. So I mean, technically, I can get away with it, right?
No, because you people want to come read what you thought about, but where are they going to find out what you thought other than four
I
star,
did
five
one.
star?
I did one for Little Life today. I did do one for that one, and it was more than 2 words.
Inside Oberlin Wally world, but I'm here. I love it.
I love
Thanks for
it.
being here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hey, I don't care where you're coming from. We're happy to have you.
Yes, hang out with us while we talk about, this book club pick, right? You know.
Absolutely.
I will say
Are
this
you
is
done
Ashley
posting?
book, by the way. Yes,
I
I
hate
am
when you
done
take credit for
posting.
that because you know darn well that I always love the books you
I
pick.
Not all of them.
What there was one which one?
Not all of them.
Which one
You don't
did you
like all of my
pick?
books. I do
No,
pick
I don't
good
like
picks, though.
your books.
Well, that's harsh.
I don't read historical fiction. And you be
You
loving
have to
historical
read
fiction.
historical fiction. Where is that? It's where it's at. You have to do historical fiction.
I can do the last Like this was perfect. The 80s was the perfect kind of like I was born in the late 80s, you know, like it's close enough. I didn't see any of these things happening and this was definitely a new area. I was born in 88.
Mhm.
That's late 80s. Emily's giving me a hard time. I was born in the late 80s, Emily. I'm sorry, this 90s baby over here. She's I hope y'all can't hear her cuz she gets on my nerves.
I hear. I love it. I love
Um
it.
but like yeah, this one was perfect, but when you start going like when they change the way they talk, that gets me.
Mm.
You don't care.
I
You
was
just
going to say I was going to say that I agree with Shalane. A Little Life was the most depressing book ever. Absolutely.
I when you said I don't know. Can I say what you said the other day that I didn't realize? You compared it to a book that I really enjoyed
Yeah,
reading.
absolutely.
Okay, I
Absolutely.
didn't know if I was allowed to say
Mhm.
that without it being I don't wanna spoil anything, but you compared it
Mm-mm.
to A Child Called It, and
Mhm.
it feels wrong. I hate telling people that's one of my favorite books to have ever read because it makes me
Mhm.
sound like a masochist, like I enjoyed reading like that, but no, I don't know, there was something so I was young when I read that book because my brother read it for school, and then he had it,
Mhm.
and I was going through a phase where I was just picking up whatever book was around the house and reading, and that one was so shocking. It was the first time I read anything like that that, like, really depicted abuse in that way, and I didn't go through anything like that in my life, but I guess that was why I was probably fascinated, like, I can't believe somebody went through this, and I believe Dave Pelzer's from Ohio.
I I don't remember where they're from. I don't remember where they're from, but I did say that it looks so weird looking at this black screen, by the way.
He's from California.
Um, it's like I don't remember, but
For some
I
reason,
will
I
say that
remember
it was.
oh, it's Dave Pilkey, the, dog man guy.
Oh, he's Ohio.
Yeah. What's up, Shara?
Hey, Miss Shara. Um, I don't know. I'm still in the space. You got to give me a little grace today. That was a tough
Yeah, you're
read.
fine.
Hmm.
That's fine. Well, let's talk about a not tough read, which was Atmosphere. We're doing great, thank you. Um,
Fabulous.
I finished Atmosphere today, and now listen, y'all, I'm not doing that anymore, okay?
You
I've
better
committed.
not.
I'm at my milestone, our first milestone for Poppy Fields. I'm there, chapter 15, so I'm gonna be starting the next few
I'm
sets of
not.
chapters. I'm gonna type some stuff into, Fable tonight. Um,
I'm on 9. I think I'm on 9, but the chapters are short.
yeah, I'm liking how it's going, but, I definitely am not gonna do
Yeah, I'm
this.
on
I
9.
didn't completely binge this. I did start Atmosphere earlier in the week, and then I was just doing a little bit, but I was like, "Hey," I listened to some yesterday, and then I finished it up today, but I had to I do, shipped grocery delivery, and I was delivering at the final couple chapters of this book, and I had to text my people like, "Yo, I'm sorry if you watched me crying while walking up to your door with bags." Because I'm listening to an audiobook. I have my headphones on just like I do here, and I'm literally like I'm bawling everywhere. And I'm
Mhm.
like, I had to go back into the store and it was finishing up the book and I had to take a minute in my car because I'm like, I can't go in to the store.
Mhm.
I look like somebody just ran over
I
my
mean, you
dog.
could
Like
have.
I
I
needed a
mean,
minute.
you could have. You could have went
It
in
was
that way. I mean,
it was rough. A rough ending.
crying over groceries. Yeah, you definitely could have cried
Right?
over
I'm like, I'm
groceries.
sorry if your groceries are a little wet. It's not raining, it's from me.
Or better get these prices. Groceries are brutal.
They are. Look,
I know. I'm
chapter
so off
chapter
track
15.
today.
I'm on 0. When was
Can
the
I
last
please
book you
say it?
picked up, Char?
I was, I was gonna say, can I say it?
She like 8 books
I made
behind.
sure I made sure I sent it, so she's got it. We just got to get her to read them.
Not us
She's the
crapping on our
she's
ride or
in
dies over here.
Oh my gosh, I love it. But where would we be without, you know? I'm so thankful.
Absolutely.
I am. All right, I think I'm ready. Are we ready to
Okay.
tackle this summary? You want me to tackle
20
it or you want
minutes
to
in.
tackle it?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Has it really been 20 minutes already? All right. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid, one of Ashley's picks. Set against the backdrop of NASA's 1980 Space Shuttle program, Atmosphere tells the story of Joan Goodwin, an astronomer and professor whose life takes a sharp turn when she is chosen to join NASA's new class of astronauts. Thrust into high stakes, a male dominated world of space exploration, Joan finds herself training alongside a group of pioneering women whoop, whoop, whose lives are bound together by ambition, sacrifice, and the dream of reaching the stars. Among them is Vanessa Ford, a fellow astronaut whose drive and spirit captured Joan's attention in unexpected ways. As Joan navigates this grueling challenges of training, the weight of family responsibilities back home, and the bond she forges with her new space family, she discovers just how much courage it takes not only to pursue history making goals, but also to follow the truths of her own heart.
Very nice.
Very great.
It
Where do we
was.
begin?
Mm. So I know Shalane read it. Shar, I know you didn't read it. Um,
Did Emily read it?
Emily didn't read it. No. I-
Oh,
I'm
Emily, you gotta
trying to
read this
convince Emily
one.
how much she's gonna love this one, but she says
Emily, you're gonna
she's
love
just
it.
doesn't think she's gonna like it.
Emily, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. You gotta read
I
it.
you know I read everything with an open mind, unlike Ashley. Um, do I need to bring up Ninth
Ouch!
House?
I'm not reading that again.
Exactly. Every book that has ever been suggested to me, I go into it. Even Untethered, I didn't think I was really gonna like that. I gave that 5 stars. Um, that does not mean that Ashley is the superior recommender. That just means
I am.
that I
No, I
that
am
I
the
am an
superior
open-minded
recommendation
reader. Um,
because you loved all the books that I gave you.
every single book you gave me has been a 4 or 5, I think. I think most of
Mhm,
them have been 5s. Finding, Finding Me, Untethered,
mhm,
this one. What other book clubs that no,
mhm.
but then again, I do believe you suggested 5 Broken Blades, so that levels it out.
Okay, you can have that one. I'm still gonna reread it though. Still gonna read it. Yep.
See, Emily, Shalane is saying you gotta read it. It is so good. Um,
Shara said I'm the GOAT with book recommendations. I mean, I will say that I have a little bit of a better record than Caleb.
but can I say this? How would we ever know if she's recommending books because she doesn't write book reviews?
Okay. All right. First question.
You're so rude.
Listen, I'm
That's
just saying,
brutal.
I agree you have great book recs, but you gotta tell the
Uh,
people.
I do. I write,
We're gonna work on it.
I write
No,
the masterpiece. Didn't I do this one? Did I write anything for this one?
I don't
I'm
know.
curious now, so I'm gonna check Fable. I think I just gave
I,
it a star rating. I don't rate our
Shalane,
book club
I
ones until
assume
actually we're done.
no, not her calling us out. We are a mess. Um,
We're having fun.
but
It's been a while. I feel like
it
it's been
has.
forever since we've been able to have like our book talks and our book chats and all of the things. And I am just overwhelmingly excited, I guess that's the right term I can use.
Yeah.
I am really happy to be back. I am. It's refreshing to be able to chat about books. And, we always have fun when we talk about our books. And I'm looking to see if I did. Okay, so for Atmosphere, I rated it, but I did not actually put my my review in here because it's a book club pick, and I don't
That's fair.
review book club ones. Yep. But I
The,
did do Bury Our Bones, which we did not talk about, but I did do Bury
we
Our
did.
Bones. I did actually write something in there, but I just didn't do Atmosphere.
Shalane, what did you give, your official rating as? because I know what our ratings are. Ashley keeps trying to make up new ratings. She's trying to give it 18 stars.
18 is a little intense. I was just gonna say 6.
You said that about you said that about Bury Our Bones as well. Which
Yes, I had a good
who
run
picked
of
that one?
our books.
I mean, we
Both of
both did,
no, we
but
all
you
picked
know,
it.
everybody in the club went on that book.
Everybody was like, "No, we have to read this one." But
Five
we
stars.
didn't
See,
even get
yes,
to talk about
absolutely.
that one.
5 stars. It wasn't even a question how
Mm-mm.
easy this book was to read. This is my first TJR. This is my first book by this author. All the other books have not wanted to, like, I don't know, like Daisy Jones and the Six, and what's the other one? I know she has Carrie Soto's
The
back, the whole Carrie
7
Soto
the s
series
the 7 husbands
of Evelyn
of
Hugo. Yep.
Evelyn. Okay. I remember it was the
Uh,
7 husbands of something. I
I
have
get
not read
that
that book.
confused with the 7.5 deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle,
They look
which
the same to me.
Hugo.
they look very similar,
Evelyn Hugo.
but
Mhm.
well, not really. The other one is like black and I don't know, but it's the names and the titles. But why are we writing titles like we're writing Amazon product descriptions? Why are they so long?
I
But
don't know.
nonetheless,
Actually, a lot of our books actually,
Like
like Bury Our Bones, that was a really
one
long
less.
one.
And I rated it
um,
4 stars.
Emily said she read One True Loves. Emily's not going to apparently comment on anything in
I
here.
can't comment.
She's just going to talk in my background.
She'll have to
Shalane, I
log in.
believe, isn't that the
I
one you
have it on my
suggested to
iPad.
me? One True Loves.
Yeah, she thinks her fiance died, but he didn't.
Oh, that's right. I do remember reading that. The Evelyn Hugo one, I do want to read.
Mhm.
After I thought Addie LaRue was one of my favorite love stories ever written, and I can see how Addie LaRue is like heavily written. It's beautifully written. It's very poetic and everything. Um, this was just simply written, and it's just feels so relatable and so easy to read. And it was so absolutely easy for me to sit down and read this thing. And I could have done it in one
Mhm.
night. Like I could have easily done that one night because it was so interesting between the science and the astronauts and all that fun stuff and the drama
I
of
really enjoyed it.
of
Mhm.
all that, and then you get the love, and I did not expect to love the love story like I did.
I didn't expect that I would either, and I think that was probably one of the most shocking parts to me. Guess it's because of that it's that forbidden love necessarily, especially in that time when, they had
Yeah.
to like hide their feelings and things like that. And that was something that I really found myself very fond of.
The yearning and the, like, discovery of oneself was really well done, so I really enjoyed that, and there's obviously a queer aspect to it, which, I love queer love stories, and it the way this book was written in formatting and like that back and forth jumping between present day, which was 84, and like the lead up to that
Hmm.
through 81 and the whole everything. But then there's the
Hmm.
familial stuff with her sister and um Francis. I
Bro.
know we'll talk about Barb in a minute. Okay, we'll get to Barb. But everything was just, I thought there's no character in there that I didn't feel like was a real person.
Hmm.
So I love that.
Yeah, definitely. She did a really great job with this book in all aspects of it. I really just enjoyed all of it. My favorite, of course, was the beginning and the end because when I started reading it, I was like, "Oh my
Yes,
gosh!" Like it felt like a movie, or like how you go to like those rides, like the 3D rides, and you're like in a seat and you're like shaking and everything. I felt like I was like that. I was like, "Man, this is exciting."
that's funny. I didn't yet. Shalane was commenting on the Evelyn Hardcastle, Evelyn Hugo, and yeah, that is
Hmm.
killing me. 7 husbands, 7.5 deaths. It is too close. I agree.
Way
Um,
too close.
I tried to get to.
the
Yes.
the way that this book, and one of the first question here. So obviously we know everybody loved it. Emily's going to read it because I'm going to make her. Um, some of the questions that we have
She's
here, I
gonna read it
really
because she's gonna want to read it, not because you're gonna make her, because she's gonna want to read it.
listen. You're right. We just read a book all about female empowerment, and I'm over here trying to take it away from her. But she's stubborn, so sometimes you gotta
What book am I gonna
atmosphere.
read? I don't want to read that
Oh,
one.
she see. I told you she's stubborn. She don't want to read that one.
It reminded me, like, because I know Emily can hear me. It reminded me, it gave me all the feels of like our Kennedy Ryan. That's the kind of vibe that I was getting reading them. Like the same, just like where you're just, oh my gosh. It was really it that's the vibe that it gave me. That love
I can't wait for her to
story, that
hear
wrapped up
that.
in it.
She has a. She's watching it on YouTube, so there's like a 7 second
It's a
delay.
little bit of
But
a delay. Yeah.
yeah,
I
that's
have
tough.
the YouTube actually up on my iPad, which is why I'm looking down because I want to be able to see
I used to put
the
it on the
chats
TV,
as they
but
come in.
it's too hard for me to deal with that 7 second delay.
Yeah, the delay is definitely I have it on so I can't see us. I have it so I can
Oh,
see the words.
gotcha.
Uh-huh.
And then it
Yes.
says, Shalane said maybe in another life. That was the one that she recommended to me. So I might look into that one, but I'm probably gonna start with Evelyn Hugo because I've heard that one's just so good.
I have one on my shelf, but I don't know what I bought it. What book is that? It's something I do or something. I have a book of hers on my shelf that I have not read yet that I didn't realize was a Taylor Jenkins Reid book. I got it from Books A Million.
Oh,
I
okay.
just saw it and I was like, "Oh, it was like 5 or $6 or something." I said, "Of course I'm gonna get a $5 book. You can't turn that down." But I don't remember what it is. Hmm. Just gonna
We'll
bottom.
have to check it out. You'll have to update us on Fable or post in the comments on the YouTube video and confirm what book it was.
Maybe in another life,
Oh, is that what it's
I
called?
think.
What was
Or
yours
is it
called,
One
Emily?
True Loves?
Hmm?
One True Loves? Is that one the one? Yeah. Well, hopefully it's that one
Or
because Emily
maybe
loved that one, right?
or maybe it's
Oh,
After I
sorry.
Four
Do.
stars.
What
I
about
don't
that one?
know.
She thinks she has a book by TJR.
I have
Her
one of the
name's too long.
books.
I'm just going to abbreviate it.
I feel like it might be it's either After I Do or One True Loves. It's one of the 2. Maybe In a Little Life seems a little too long, but I think it's one of the 2, After I Do or One True Loves. After I Do, maybe
I
it's
just
that
not
one.
finished the book I'm writing.
Yeah, we'll figure out the mystery. Let's jump into some
Mhm.
questions because I actually really enjoy some of the questions that we have here. Because it made me think about it. Like I remember every part of this book. There's not a single part that I don't remember. So the first question was, what did you think of starting the novel in the middle of the shuttle disaster? And like, how did this affect your connection with the characters?
I loved
That
it.
hooked me. I mean,
I immediately couldn't put it down. I thought that was the most creative way to open up a book. I don't know, it's just something about when a prologue gives you that middle of a something and you know you're gonna
yes,
come back to it. I love it.
it's one of my favorite things, like cyclical writing, where you start
Mhm,
somewhere and by the end of the book you end there, and maybe you get a little bit after that, which we do. Um,
mhm,
but the way this book ended, we'll get there. But I was invested. Like it
mhm,
was so intense for a book at you to be an opening chapter, and I'm just like following, and then disaster, and I'm just like,
mhm,
wow, I don't know any of these characters. I don't know who's important, who's not important,
mhm,
because I did not read the premise whatsoever. I just cracked this book open and started listening.
mhm. I will
So
say
it,
that, for me at first reading it, I didn't really make the connection between Joan and Vanessa. It
mhm.
took me a while to kind of figure out who was who and what the whole purpose of the space shuttle type of thing was. And that kind of thing. That did take me a little bit to kind of grasp when I was reading it, but once I figured it out, I was like, "Oh man, this is good."
Yeah, I spent a lot of the book going, wait a minute, why is Joan in mission control? I thought she was training to be an astronaut. So I was waiting for like the eventual failure or something like that of Joan. Um, and I'm really glad like that's not the case. Some people are just more suited for jobs than other people. So I really enjoyed that aspect to it
Mhm.
because I was like, I hate when that's the conflict where it's like somebody's not good enough or something like that and they
Mhm.
can't deal with the pressure and like I don't want that to be what the conflict is and it wasn't. The conflict in
Right.
this book was like life and the
Mhm.
way systems are set up like none of them are like I hate a miscommunication trope or something like that. I don't want that to
Can't
be the
stand that
conflict.
one.
And that wasn't the
You're
case.
not the
So
first person. You're not the first person that said that miscommunication trope. A lot of people, that's like a trend right now. Everybody's completely against that miscommunication trope.
because it's so stupid. If you are in love and you're gonna watch everything just crumble because you don't know how to communicate, you suck. You're
Mhm.
a terrible character. So that
Tell us
wasn't the
that
case here.
that you suck.
All right. Do you want to read another question? Do you have a Notion open or you want me to keep reading?
I have it open.
Okay.
You want me to say it?
Yeah, sure.
Joan's dual life. How does Joan balance her professional ambition with her role in her sister's fragmented family? What does it say about her character?
And I want to be clear. I don't think any of these are spoilers in any way. We're not going to get spoilery. I think these are
Mhm.
part of the story. This is, Joan and the other astronaut candidates are balancing life and love
Mhm.
and trying to be astronauts and all of these things while the world is changing and evolving and everything's going on. So these aren't spoilers. But I
I
guess
don't
this
think
is the best
we're
part.
allowed to get spoiler. We
No.
cannot get spoiler on this one at all. It will completely ruin
Correct.
the impact, yes, for anyone reading. So no spoilers at all.
But we will say Barb sucks in every way, shape, and form. I really wanted them to redeem
I'm,
Barb. I really did.
I wanted to dot Barbara's eye.
She oh
I just want. Ugh. She made me so upset. I could
yes,
understand though. I could
say that.
understand her character, but I really just could not stand her. But again, like I said, I understand, but I just didn't like it at all.
That's how you can tell that Taylor Jenkins Reid wrote the hell out of this book because these
Mhm.
characters, even the ones that exactly, she made me so mad. Even the ones that
Mhm.
I mean, that's her role. Her role is to
Make
kind
her
of
mad.
piss you off. I'm sure you
Mhm.
do, Shara. No, you have to read the book and then you have to come talk to us about it.
Mhm.
I really want you to read this book. This is probably my favorite book that we've done in the book club in oh my god, this might be my favorite book we've ever done in the book club.
Oh my god.
I think it is.
I'm like really thinking because I
Let me scroll
think
back
this
through.
might be.
This is the highest rated one I think I've ever given on our book club.
I'm really
Um,
thinking now because we've had quite a few. Aren't we on like 10 or how many books have we read so far?
we've got to be
I
close
feel
to
like
12 because
I feel like it's almost
it's
time
been
for like
almost
an
a year.
anniversary. It's like an
Yeah.
anniversary book thing.
All right, let's scroll back. We got I wasn't here for that. One Dark Window. Okay, no, listen. One Dark
Mhm.
Window is a different kind of book. So I will say that I gave that 5 st actually, I might have gave that 4.5, but it's like 5-ish. It's pretty highly rated. And
You
then
liked
Games
most of
God's
these
Play.
books.
I liked them, but they're 3 stars, 4 stars. The Lion Women of
Okay.
Tehran was, I think, a 4 or 4.5.
No, you said that was a 5.
Okay, fair,
You
but
said
it's
that.
not as good as this.
At the end of
You said
games.
that one was a 5.
That was so cool.
The games gods
Oh
play,
yeah,
you like that one. So
I
maybe
did,
we
but I
should
didn't give
just
that a
do
5.
okay, so let's take a quick pause break to talk about the awesome books really quick that we have read. So we read Fourth Wing, The Spell Shop, One Dark Window, The Games Gods Play, The 13th Child, Spells for Forgetting, Beautiful Ugly, Alice Feeney, because I think there might be another one out there, The Lion Women of Tehran, The God of the Woods, Our Infinite Fates, The Night and the Moth, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, and Atmosphere. Those are some pretty good picks.
Which one's your fave? Oh, One Dark Window. No, did you? Yeah, you read One Dark Window with us.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep, One Dark
Yeah.
Window. That was the only book that she read.
Listen, don't come for her. Um, I
She knows I
agree
love
in
her.
terms of fantasy books.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say that was my favorite fantasy that we read, but this
Okay.
kind of literary fiction, real life, historical, speculative, whatever we want to call it. This is all over the place. Um, this is 5 stars. The Lion Women
I
of
will
Tehran
say
was
this
really
one
great, but
I
not like
I
this.
will say that Atmosphere did exactly what it was supposed to do. Taylor Jenkins Reid went into this book knowing what she wanted to achieve, and she exceeded all expectations. I think that is fair to say.
I we normally we go, we don't pick buzzy books. We're not picking books that have all the hype around
Mhm.
them just to pick them. Well, we did not pick this
Mhm.
one because of that. We let you all vote. You all picked the book. And again, I wouldn't have chosen this book. I didn't choose this book. I chose The Poppy Fields. Um, and
Uh-huh. Which we're
we
reading,
got
huh?
that this year, or this month.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I'm so glad you guys picked it. That's why I like the book club. Because
Mhm.
sometimes you get the 13th child, which I was so excited for. You didn't
Mm-mm.
even finish it,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
but
I
um
didn't like that one.
and then sometimes you get a book like this.
My
So I
only
think you picked
DNF.
great books.
That was my only DNF was the 13th child. But I will say as well too, as far as for the books, which oh man, I hate when that happens when I have a thought and it goes away. Is that what it means when you get
That's all right.
old?
It'll come back. Yeah, I
Man,
do know what it means when you get old. I was just in the hospital for no reason.
that's gonna
My
bother
body's
me
just like
now
"Ugh,"
because I had a really good one too. It was a really good point about our books.
that we don't
Oh,
pick
I remember.
hypey books.
Yes, I remember. So this book was actually up against Bury Our Bones. So in the month before, I always forget what month. So technically, this is August books. So the month before that, so July was Bury Our Bones and Atmosphere. And I was really pushing for Atmosphere, but everybody
You
wanted
were.
Bury Our Bones. So I said, okay, we'll read Bury Our Bones. And then for August, I put it back in there because I knew that it was going to be a good hit. Like I knew it. So we put it back in there with like a whole bunch of other good ones and it won.
It did. And she just wants credit for another book. But
Mhm.
let me tell y'all
Yep.
what sneaky Miss Ashley does, okay? She saves her vote
Don't tell him.
to the
Don't tell
end.
him.
She's cheating.
It doesn't let me see him anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You don't know. Yeah, absolutely. You don't get to see it until you
Yeah.
vote.
Mm-mm. I just like to kind of wait because maybe, instead of voting like immediately, like again, I can't see it anyways, but maybe if I just wait a little bit, maybe I'll be the tiebreaker for everybody else to kind of like see what book we're going to read. That's like I'm
Listen,
anticipating that.
I post the polls sometimes. You post the polls. We really take turns in this book
Mhm.
club, kind of taking care
Mhm.
of stuff. I don't care who posts it. I go and immediately vote. I read
Mhm.
and go, that's the one I want, and I read it.
For me though, sometimes it's a little bit harder for me. Like I need to think about it sometimes. Yeah, she did actually start reading Barrier Bones. I told her to keep pushing. She made it to I think
You
like
do have to
chapter
push
4.
through that one. It is
Mhm.
long. We didn't talk about it, but yeah, it is long.
Mm-mm. We got to do it.
Don't
Maybe
you?
we'll just make that a random book chat instead of like actual, you know,
Yeah, we can
we'll
hop
make
on
it a
sometime.
chat. Mhm.
All right,
It's
let's do another
worthy to be
question.
discussed, I think. Forbidden
Yeah.
romance. How is Joan and Vanessa's secret relationship portrayed? Did it enhance the emotional stakes? Abso-freaking-lutely.
That that one person, this is the dynamic. One person
Mhm.
knows who they are. The other person
Mhm.
has never thought about it. You know, hey, I've never really been in love. I've never really enjoyed kissing, my boyfriends or anything like that. I didn't really have boyfriends. Like, not putting two and two together, because in our day and age, obviously, the queer community is front and center. It's more open, it's more accepted. But I can't imagine living as a queer person where, like, everything, your whole career,
Mhm.
especially for somebody who has like academics and like they're smart, and to think, oh, if I try to be myself, like pro athletes nowadays, it's still hard for them. You can't, you find it a lot easier with women, but men in like football coming out as openly gay is really hard. There's only a handful that are open. So it's kind of like that dynamic. I loved it. The yearning and all the tension there. And I was here for it.
I loved it. I would say, like I said, it did enhance it. I will say abso-freaking-lutely again for the emotional stakes. Just because, it was needed, I guess. Again, we all
Yeah.
know I love a love story, so it's got a good
I
love
do too, but
story, I'm all for it. I love a love
it
story.
was it was a love story. This was not smut. This was not
Mhm.
sex driven. This was not really spicy. The little bit of spice you get is like made for TV movie where it kind of cuts to the next
Mhm.
It was boring.
cuts the next
Mhm.
thing. I don't need, because there was enough description. There was a quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it, but there was a quote that's like the the fact that I didn't know that I needed to have my skin touch her skin. I was
Mhm.
like, my goodness, that's the kind of beauty and sensual stuff versus just putting what where. I'm not here for it. No, thank you.
Mhm.
And
I'm
I
looking
like
at my
this,
quotes now.
Shalane. We also try to pick books that we want to read. You know, it's our book club. Why
Mhm.
would we pick a bunch of books that are just popular? We don't want that. I want books that I want to read. But we do some polls and we do some not polls. But I want
Mhm.
to. I think we're going to pick the next couple months books. We will probably put a poll up for October because we're trying to pick a maybe some thriller vibes. So we'll throw some options up there and let everybody decide on that one. But we've already got November's book picked.
Mhm. Yep, I already got November spec.
You'll find out what November is when we
September.
announce it.
No, September.
September is Poppy Fields.
Mhm.
I didn't decide that one.
No, we decided that one. No,
She's like, "Wait, there
um,
was no poll on that one."
we we were like, no, this is going to be the one we want to pick. I think this, it was on the poll. It had some general attention, a couple votes in previous months, and I'm like, I think this is a good book. We kept hearing things about it, and I think it's going to be great. I'm enjoying it.
Ooh,
Yes,
that's
it was
beautiful.
beautiful.
Okay, we're not reading quotes yet. I'm picking out the quotes that I want to share, but I just found one. Okay. Next question.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I want to
Reflect.
do the.
Let's do
Oh, which one are you doing?
5. I was gonna do 5.
Okay.
Reflect on Lydia's and Vanessa's choices during the crisis. What do they reveal about the ethics of care and duty under extreme pressure?
I thought that was really interesting. So decisions are made, which is what puts them in the situation, and then just something happens, and that is out of their control. But um, the ship is losing pressure. There's people in an airlock, Vanessa and what's his name? Um,
Was it Hank or Steve?
Hank? No, I
I don't
think she's there
remember
with
which one it
Steve.
was. I don't
Yeah, I think
remember.
she's in there with Steve. Yeah, and then I don't remember one of them. It might be Hank actually.
Mhm.
But somebody's in the airlock with Vanessa, and the other two are in the ship. And with the explosion, it causes them to, they're trapped in the airlock because they left the door open, and so
Mhm.
they're in the vacuum of space, so they can't just open the ship or everyone's dead. But then there's a hole in the ship, and
Mhm.
the folks inside have to rush to try and patch that. And it's so intense because you don't know if they're going to make it, if they're going to get it, if they're going to get it done, or anything like that. So they both. That was one of the things where as I was reading the book and like seeing Vanessa on the ground with so much
Mhm.
confidence, but up there, I felt like at the beginning, I'm like, who is this nervous, timid person?
Mhm.
And Lydia obviously stepped in and did what she could to patch the hole in time. Griff was with Vanessa, but what is Griff's first name? Is that Hank or is that Steve or is it nobody or is it a
I
separate
feel
person
like
altogether?
Griff is a different person.
See, I thought that was a last name. So was it
I
Hank
thought you
Griffin?
said you remembered everything about this book.
The names of these plain white dudes was hard to keep straight. Not Hank or Steve.
Caleb.
Okay, I was wrong. One dude's name is Duke, but his real name's Chris, but his wife's name's
Uh-huh.
Chris, so he goes by Duke. I won't forget that part.
I do
'Cause
remember
he's one of
that
those
part.
macho
I do
guys.
remember that part. Uh-huh. I remember that part.
That's funny.
Oh my
Shalane is
goodness.
throwing shots over here. She's like, neither of them.
Oh man,
Okay.
this book was just good. You can pick the next question. I think I'm good
Okay.
on questions.
Yeah, I think I got one more that I really liked, which was which supporting relationship resonated with you the most? Lydia, Donna, Griff. We're not going to throw Hank into this because I don't know which ones. Obviously, Griff and Hank aren't the same person. We find that out. Um,
Mhm.
but Lydia, Donna, Griff. But also, I'm going to throw in um, the dynamic with Francis because
I gotta
I
go with
thought
I
that was
gotta
my
go with
favorite.
Francis.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
loved their relationship. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was amazing how Joan was really there for Francis.
Oh, and in such a beautiful way. And I love that while
Mhm.
we got all this stuff going on, love stories and this, that, and the other,
Mhm.
you also watch a coming of age story for a little 7-year-old girl who is
Mhm.
growing up and trying to find herself in a world. I mean, that's 12 years old is kind of where that 10 to 12 year range is where you start to like become who you're going to
Mhm.
be. And
Yeah.
it was really, I really enjoyed watching that. Obviously, I have kids, so like I'm looking at it from my children's perspective. Like, I can't imagine
Mhm.
um not doing everything I can for my child and only worrying about myself and only caring about my life and my relationships and my things. Barb is trash. We
Mhm.
already know.
I'm a daughter in her eye.
So yeah, I definitely think
I do
it's
I do
Francis.
have a quote. I do have a quote regarding the Francis one. It's towards the beginning of the book. It says she might be fine with dying, but she was not fine with leaving Francis. That really
I know.
says dynamics of, the strength in that relationship between them. That was, I would definitely say, one of the strongest besides the Joan and Vanessa. Definitely.
I I took that back down for a second because I'm like reading it. I'm like, I don't know, that one might be a little spoilery, but
A little spoilery.
we're gonna leave that one down. But the my favorite whole part of the whole book was when Frances and Joan are having the conversation about her mom, Barb. And I just watching Joan say all the things like it does not matter. I can go to space. I can do this, but you are my universe. You are the most important thing to me. That
Absolutely.
it broke my that's what I was crying about. It wasn't even the drama with everything else. I was crying about that part because I'm like, she loves that
Hmm.
girl to death.
Hmm. Like her own. Definitely like her
And
own.
the dynamic with Vanessa and the dynamic between Vanessa and Francis is also awesome because it's like that fun aunt
Hmm.
who goes and gets in
Oh, that
mischief
was
with
so
you.
great.
Let's
That
go
was
see if
so
we can
great.
find the cake and take some frosting off of it. It was
What
so
was
cute.
it? The peanut butter and jelly
The peanut
and
butter and jelly
the
sandwiches and the
strawberry
strawberry
smoothie?
milkshake.
Yeah, the strawberry milkshake. I was thinking smoothie for some reason, but yes, I thought that was cute. I don't know if I would
And
eat those together though.
absolutely not. That sounds disgusting. But they said it's good. But that's what they got when Joan gets back from space, and
Mhm.
that's the first thing they go do is get strawberry milkshakes and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And like that
Yeah.
shows how much Vanessa had an impact on both their lives.
Mhm.
So this book
That's
was perfect in every way. I have no critiques. I don't have anything bad to say about this book. I really don't.
what? Caleb doesn't have a single thing bad to say about this book?
I can't think of a single bad thing.
Barb.
But Barb played a purpose. But also, do you remember Barb in the
Oh
God of the
man.
Woods?
Oh
Barb
yeah,
sucked
Barb
in
was a
that too.
it's something about Barb characters. I don't know.
Barb in Stranger Things, she needed redeemed. I feel
Mhm.
bad for Barb in Stranger Things, but Barb's not a good name.
Oh man. Man. Let's see.
No,
I have some quotes.
I Francis is probably one of my. You know what this book reminded me of, and I wanted to say this earlier. Did you
Mhm.
read Lessons in Chemistry?
No. Mm-mm.
Lessons in Chemistry is, um, it was like this debut. I think it's a debut. It came out a couple years ago, and it was everywhere. I think Brie Larson plays in the Apple adaptation of it, so you can watch it. But Lessons in Chemistry
Mhm.
is all about this chemist who wants to make her you know wants to be in a male dominated field, but they keep
Mhm.
not wanting that. Well, she's also a fantastic baker, and cook, and
Mhm.
so she ends up on like a Julia Child's cooking kind of show, but she's also teaching chemistry and all these other things, and with measurement conversions and stuff like that, while teaching these housewives in the 50s to cook. But there's also like like a rebellious thing where they're obviously not telling them like go leave your husbands or go knock them up the head, but like this is your time. Okay, tell your husband to put the kids down. Let's grab your drink. This is our time now. It's the women's time. Everybody else get out of the room.
Mhm.
And I really loved
Mhm.
that in that. What I didn't love about that was that there's a child in there who's so smart, but she's just unrealistically smart. So it just feels
Mhm.
super. There also is there's a situation with the dog, like not a bad situation, but like
Mhm.
there's a point of view from the dog. So Lessons in Chemistry has its own little problems, but I loved it. I
Okay.
really did give that like 4 stars. I think you would still enjoy it, but it's not nearly as good as this.
It was on my list to actually read, like, I think last year, I just never got to it, and then I just never revisited it. I do plan on maybe revisiting, never know, it might be one of the I think it might be kinda wrong to call it a palate cleanser, but it might be something to kinda squeeze in for a little different.
It definitely has some emotional things on it. There's a premise about the book, and I don't know if it's spoiler or not, so I'm not going to say it, but
Mhm.
I don't think it is because I think it's in the synopsis. But
Okay.
nonetheless, the whole purpose of the book and her raising the child and this, that, and the other is because of an event, and it's kind of shocking. And there are some darker moments, but for the most part, it's very much like this woman has to be strong and push
Mhm.
against this corrupt world who only cares about the male point of view and all the greed and the misogyny and all that fun stuff of the 50s. You know how that goes. So it's
Mhm.
also a historical fiction book in the realm of this that I think you'd really dig it.
Okay. I have to give that one a try. Definitely have to give that
See,
one a try.
Shalane agrees. Loved it.
Mhm.
So
I have to give that one a try.
not that I already picked that for my book club pick in my old job. So we're not doing it
Mhm.
again, but I definitely
I mean, we
think
could,
you should read it. I don't
you
want to
know,
read it again.
we okay, well, fine, we don't read it again.
I don't reread books.
Um,
You know how hard it is for me to reread.
you just reread a book.
I did, but I reread like 4 books a decade. Like that was
Wasn't
my
it
first
Gideon?
reread.
Gideon the Ninth?
Yeah, reread Gideon the Ninth. And I will be reading Harrow and Nona, but those are part of a series. So I'm really rereading the series before the new book comes out. It's not the
Plus, you
same.
just said you don't reread books.
I don't reread a lot. And that's not one that I really want to reread. There are some, like I would
I'm
reread
having
Addie
so much
LaRue.
fun. I don't think I would reread Addie LaRue.
I have a book that I want to suggest to the world, but I don't want to suggest it to you because I don't think you're going to like it at all.
Well, what is
But
it?
Piranesi by Susanna Clark is such a good book.
Mm,
It's a near perfect book for me,
no.
but it is hard to follow, and it's completely character driven. Um, so that's not necessarily a bad thing, but
I
I
don't
don't
even
think
know
it's
how to
your vibes.
necessarily even put that in a look for it. You said a what, Nessie?
Piranesi, Piranesi.
Okay, send it to me so I can look at the cover and I'll let it
I
decide.
will. Oh, that's definitely not. You're not going to reread it when you look at the cover. If it's good, I'll reread it. Or if it's part of a series and a new one comes up, yeah, I agree on that one. But I just don't. I'll use ChatGPT. Like, yo, give me a brief spoilery synopsis of what happened in book one, and just let
Mhm.
ChatGPT dump on me. I don't want to reread the book.
You know what? Speaking of which, there is a thing
Post it,
in
Shara.
Goodreads. There's a thing in Goodreads now where you don't have to reread the book, or is it Kindle? I think it's Kindle.
I think it's Kindle. Yeah, they'll give
I
a
saw it advertised. They'll give you a synopsis of everything that
in a
happened in the book
previous
before, so
book.
you,
Yeah.
yep, so you don't have to reread it.
So at the beginning, and I think I mentioned this when I talked about last year, I read the second book in the book that broke the world, the library trilogy by Mark Lawrence. And in book
Mhm.
two, and obviously in book three that just came out, he gives a recap of everything that happened in previous books. And like it's the first little bit, like, hey, I know it's been a while since I wrote my last book. Here's what happened previously. And I'm like, I love a previously on. Like, that's my favorite part because I'm dumb. I don't care if I binged it. I've already forgotten.
Yeah, we know how I am with series. We're just gonna skip over this topic.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not good with series. I'm really working on it. I am. It's just, you know, I have a good record so far with Hunger Games. I've read 2 books in a row.
Listen,
I'm just not good with series. I'm not. I'm working on it.
and that's
It's really
okay.
hard for me to like go boom, 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 boom for all of my books. I usually read like one and then sprinkle in something else and then read another one and sprinkle in something else. It's just hard.
Look
I've
me in
got
the
Look Me in the
eyes.
Eyes. John Elder Roberts on my TBR.
Well, I've never heard of this. All right, y'all, we're gonna go find this
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
out together. You ready? Because we're about to present here. Share the screen. All right, let's go take a look at it.
I'm about to say I don't see a screen. Are you sharing a screen?
Yeah, I'm getting
There
there.
we go. All right, there we go.
What was it called again? Look me in the eyes.
Yeah, look me in the eye. Oh,
By who?
it's by John Elder Robinson. Robison. Look me in the eye. My life with
It's not there.
Asperger's. Look me in the eye.
Oh, isn't that in the eye? Look, isn't that look me, son
There it
of a
is.
gun?
There it is, right
Boom.
there. Look me in the eye.
I did see this somewhere recently. Oh, this one looks like it's gonna kill me.
Um, I just read A Little Life, so if I read A Little Life, I think I can read anything.
Probably. I will say, does this say from the author with Running with Scissors? Is that who that is? Oh, interesting. Nice hat, brother. Um, he writes a lot of books
I don't
about
know.
Asperger's. But yeah, Asperger's obviously is no longer a term in terms of autism. However, that's why everything's on a spectrum now. Um,
Mhm.
I I I do love a story that follows anything with autism. I love an autistic story. There was a show on Hulu. Um, now I gotta look it up. Hulu show autism.
Was it a Hulu show or was it?
Everything's yeah.
Oh.
Everything's gonna be okay. And Kayla Cromer
Mm,
she's actually autistic in real life. So they got
mhm.
a actual representation. Josh Thomas is a comedian. He wrote it, and throughout the process of writing and doing, and he's acting in the show and everything. If you watch Josh Thomas, you're like, how did you not realize this? But he doesn't realize it until part of the way through. He gets tested for autism, and he's autistic. And
Oh.
they wrote that into season 2. And this girl right here, Maeve, is the funniest character in the whole show. Uh, it was so good, but it was a really good representation because a parent dies, and so this brother comes to take care of the other two siblings because
Mhm.
they're from a second marriage. He's from the first marriage. He's
Okay.
significantly older than them. They're teenagers. He's in his like 30s.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
it's a really beautiful story, and there's other people like Lillian Carrier is also autistic. She's an actress in it. They have other people with like there's a character with no legs who actually plays in another show nowadays. I can't find him on here. But there's such good characters. I love this story. But
Hmm.
yeah,
I have to
let
check
me
that one
undo
out.
share. I don't remember clicking. Oh, that was that.
I'm gonna have to do that one. I wish we could
I don't
really talk about the end of this book, but I know
I
we can't talk about the end of the
we
book.
can't. How can I unshare this dang thing?
You're not sharing anything.
Oh, did it go away? Oh, good.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, it went away. You're
Um
good.
Cool. And then what did she say? Younger game. Okay. And then, oh, I definitely think maybe that's a buddy read territory. Maybe we don't make
Okay.
it book club read because
Okay.
I don't know if I want to make it a whole book club and just kill us.
No, we'll definitely we can visit that as a buddy read.
I don't mind a heavy, like, I would never pick something like A Little Life
Mhm.
for our book club
It's
because,
not
like,
that bad.
it took you 9 months to read the book.
It was not 9 months. I don't even remember when I started the book.
I swear it was a
I don't
while ago.
remember I don't remember when I started the book.
Good 6 months, we'll say. I swear it was
It
winter. I
does.
swear there's snow on the ground.
No,
I
I
swear it was
would
over
definitely
Christmas
say it would
break.
have to be. I think it's been 6 months because I put it
Okay,
down
okay.
for so long. Like, there was no way that I could just pick that up, and I don't know how anybody reads that book from the beginning to the end. I don't. Absolutely
I
don't.
sent you
But what
that
I
post
will.
about that girl who read it on the
Mhm.
airplane because she had like a 18-hour
Yeah.
flight transatlantic, and she's
Uh-huh.
just bawling, crying.
I will tell you I still didn't cry.
Yeah, I, did you cry in Atmosphere?
Yeah.
So you're not broken, but
No. I'm not broken, but I
I guess
didn't.
love is what makes you cry.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I really am broken because that's the opposite way. The love is supposed to
You-
make me happy, and the trauma and the tragedy is supposed to make me cry.
But did you see this comment? You could add a whole nother kid during the time you took you to read that book. It wasn't that long, but I mean, you'd be 2 trimesters in. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Um,
man. It was tough. I'm actually looking now to see. Okay. Oh, yeah, that was longer. Okay, so Caleb's right. February 22nd is when I started the book.
oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
that's
7 months.
it,
That's not.
it didn't feel like that long. It didn't feel like that long, but that sucker was
Yeah.
it it was heavy. But you know what? I will say, and I will share what I think is the ultimate, I guess, takeaway from this book. A Little Life really focuses very heavy on the trauma one person faces throughout their life. Like, I mean, when you think it couldn't get any worse, it got worse. Okay.
Mm,
But as with any story, it does get better. But without going to say when you think something's going to happen, it's something else that you're not expecting. And that's the part that really just made me go, like, even when I was reading it, I was like, "Oh, okay," I'm just flipping the pages and I'm reading. And then when I get to the part where she actually, like, revealed the reveal that I missed, I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was live on TikTok reading it yesterday, and I'm like, "Wait, what happened?" And I went back 2 pages and I said, "Oh, no," because I just didn't realize that it had actually happened until she actually revealed what happened. But I will say that I think the book is about kindness, how we need to be more kind to one another, how it could be our loved ones that are going through some of the things that take place, how it could be somebody sitting right next to you and you don't know the things that are going on. So I think that's the ultimate takeaway from this book is just being kind to one another and returning to that kindness, returning back to love, which is so lost now because everyone's so focused on self now that we forget,
yeah,
everything else around. Sorry, at a moment. I had to
it's
share.
fine. Shalane says BS. That book doesn't get better. That's why it's so depressing. Just gets worse and worse.
I mean, the when things were good, I was happy. I was happy that things were good
So
in the
moments
small
of good,
moment
but
that they were.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
moments of good. There were definitely the moments of good, but just when you think that everything is going on the up and up, you're like, boom, bam.
And that is life 100%. Sometimes it just feels
Mhm.
like you have to take the moments that come at you because some of them are just they're gonna keep on
Yeah.
burying you.
But I did give it 4 stars, just because it was just too heavy. I wanted to finish it because I don't like necessarily not reading books. It was a good book, you know? It was a good book, but I couldn't bring myself to give it 5. I think if I was able to read it and power through it and I don't know, I don't know, 4 stars.
Yeah.
That's I sat on
I
it
think
for a
that's
while. I'm
still a
set with
great
the 4.
rating.
Yeah. And that one I did write a review on. Thank you very much. You can see it in
Everybody go
Fable.
read Ashley's review, like it on Fable. I did see your
You
review
know,
for
I
that, and,
Yeah, I gotta have it. I had to put the takeaway in there because everything you're seeing right now is portrayed as just like the worst book, completely
so
trauma
set
heavy,
yeah.
just so bad, so sad. And I'm like, somebody's got to shine the light on this book somehow. So I'm gonna be the one to shine the light on it and just say it was rough, but it was a 4.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Atmosphere was a 5. Solid 5. No critiques.
6.
Correct, she's
6.
making up numbers.
I
Uh,
am not making up numbers. Okay, you have your regular 1 through 5 scale, and then the book
mhm.
just is the bomb diggity, right? You give it a 6. I think that's
Is
fair.
that
I think that
is
is
that like the A
totally
plus
fair.
plus? Is that the 4.25
Yes.
GPA?
Yes, it
Okay.
is. Or that 101%, 100 that you used to get, like the 105, you know?
Yeah. I
Superb. You did a superb job.
it was superb job. It's got me wanting to pick up more books from this author, but also, like, I'm not a romance reader. I wanna be clear. If this had been a
Mhm.
story about Joan and Griff, I don't think I would have loved it the way I did. I think it
Mm-mm.
had to be the story of Vanessa and Joan and all the other stuff. Even if everything else was there,
Yeah.
the love story was about Vanessa and Joan, and I needed it to be that.
It was the forbiddenness of it that really just made it that much sweeter. I think that's the perfect way to describe it because Griff and Joan just wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been the cherry on top, you know? I
Yeah.
think just the fact that they weren't supposed to be together and it was out of the norm for them to be together that really made it just that much sweeter to read and embrace.
There you go, Ashley. You can make some TikTok content called My 6-Star Reads, and you can put Bury Our
Absolutely.
Bones in Atmosphere. What
Yep.
else you got?
Chunky book season.
It's not look, it better be Mistborn, because if Mistborn isn't a 6-star read, we're fighting.
I need to say that because you don't think I'm going to read it, I am at 25% in Mistborn. Thank you very much. It will
Yeah.
be done soon.
But
Mhm.
but you're spite reading it, aren't you? Look,
No, I'm
see,
reading it.
all
I'm
that, but
enjoying it. I
you're
enjoyed
not
it the
saying
first
anything,
time.
so
It
that
was
makes me
just
worried.
not. No, I'm enjoying it. It just wasn't at the top of my reads because we had like the book club stuff, and we had the stuff I wanted to read, and I just wasn't just in that
Yeah.
what is this epic fantasy world because it does take a level for you to really just, you know,
Oh, it does. It's an
it takes a
investment
moment.
of
But once you're in there, you're
everything.
good. So my 25%, especially once he started explaining what the different metals are doing, that's when I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is cool." I'm like,
25%
"Okay."
on a 800-page book. That's 200 pages.
I told you I'm
I
making my way
mean,
through.
yeah, it's pretty
Uh-huh.
good.
And no, I'm not listening to it. I am reading it with my eyes.
Yeah,
That one I'm reading with my
honestly,
eyes.
it's a
Mhm.
good choice because number one, you're gonna mispronounce every name even when you're listening to it, because like the
Absolutely.
names are just they are like
Absolutely.
Vin is fine. Vin is probably the easiest name to say in every Sanderson
Mhm.
book you'll ever read. Kelsier, Vin,
Mhm.
uh, and then I still remember all the
Kelsier is a
medals.
character.
Kelsier
Kelsier
is
is a
he's an
character.
icon.
He
And,
is a
he's just
character.
I love how mysterious and suave and cool Kelsier is. I love his energy.
And I still have to finish a quart of Silver Flames. So I
Oh, you're
got like
close on that though, right?
3. No, I just started it because I put it
Oh,
down to
okay.
finish A Little Life.
Okay.
I gotta make sure I'm trying to make September the month where I kinda close out the books that I started, but also getting to the ones
It's
that
the
I
end to the
want to
third
get to.
quarter, so you can go into fourth
Yes.
quarter fresh and just say, "Hey, what books
Mhm.
what are the things like I'm going to be finishing series over the next 4 months. I'm going to try and
Mhm.
finish up a bunch of series I started like Stormlight. Let's get caught up on that. Um
Mhm.
there's some other duologies and trilogies that I started and then I just didn't continue in. And I don't know if I'll finish what is it? The Red Rising series. There's
Mhm.
6 books in that sucker. I don't know.
No, read that one over time because I think there's supposed to be another one that comes out.
That's fair. I might read book 2 though, like continuing in the series at least.
Mhm. I will be reading
Shalane,
some
soft
Tiffany D.
DNF,
Jackson.
bury our bones.
Uh-huh. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go back
that's
and
what you
read it
say.
later. Mhm. Yeah, that's
It
right.
does take a while to read. Look,
It's a
we
good
can say
fall
this.
book. I feel like we should have read that
I
one in, like, October.
I agree. I don't think it was the right. That's not August energy,
Mm-mm.
but
Mm-mm.
October would have been a good time. I hate that books have vibes, and if you're in the right vibe,
It
it
fits.
might have been better for me. I only gave it 3
Mhm.
stars, Shalane. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't love it.
6 stars.
I did
6
not love it.
stars.
And this was my book. I talked about this in episode 4, in the looking ahead at 2025. It was one of the
Mhm.
only books that I couldn't stop talking about because I'm like, we're
Mhm.
getting toxic lesbian vampires. We're getting Addie LaRue vibes. We're getting another book, blah, blah, and I
Mhm.
hyped it up too much in my mind. I have failed at almost all of my hyped up books.
You gotta stop going into them hyped.
October is a good
Yes,
time to
try
read
and
it.
read it in October. Definitely read it in
I do
October
agree.
because
I
I
need
was
to stop
feeling
hyping my books up.
yeah. I will say October is definitely a good time for it because To me, it kinda gave it didn't give, like, the spooky, but it gave you that eerie kind of, "Ooh,"
Yeah,
vampires and all that stuff. I did enjoy it, though, I did. I gave it 6 stars, and I actually said that it was a masterpiece. I couldn't say anything else. I just literally said it was a masterpiece. That was my review.
it's very good. All right, I think we're gonna
I
wrap it
thought it
up.
was
We've
very
been on
clever.
for an hour and a half.
But this was so much fun. I don't wanna
It
go and
was.
do all the things that I'm
It
supposed to
was
go
fun
do. This was
because
fun.
we had our friends come hang out with us,
Yes, and I am so
and
thankful. I enjoyed.
so
This was
grateful.
fun.
I
Yes.
will say that hopefully we'll get a whole lot more people tuning in. We more than doubled our subscribers on YouTube in the last
I
3 days.
know.
We have
That is
40
exciting.
subscribers. Listen, we're not
That is
Mr. Beast. I don't
wild.
care that we don't have millions of subscribers. 40 people
I
to me
don't
is
want
bonkers.
millions. I don't want a million. I want what is it? What is it? Quality over quantity. I had to think about the 2. I want
I agree.
quality over quantity. I wanna be able for us to interact with every one of our subscribers and, to build like, our bookish family because, when you read books, they're better with friends. So,
They are.
thank you
But
all for following, guys.
I'm not saying I couldn't have a million friends. Um,
I would
that's
lose
not
my
what I'm
mind if I
saying.
had a million friends. I don't know. I couldn't do a million. I couldn't do a
Yes, thank
million.
y'all for popping on. We love you guys so much. Even Emily, who
Yes.
dozed off about 5 minutes ago, but she's awake now. So she's
Leave Em
glaring at
alone.
me,
She's fine. She is fine.
glaring at
Leave my
me.
girl alone.
I bored her to sleep when I started talking about Mistborn. But well, thanks
This
everybody
was
for tuning in.
absolutely fun.
We will
Thank
have,
you.
if you haven't checked out episode 1 for season 2 of Bookish Buzz, go check it out. It is on YouTube. You can also listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the places. You can
Mhm.
actually watch the
Can
video
you
on
believe
Spotify.
this? Can you believe
I
this? We
didn't.
are
I
really
know.
doing this. This is great.
And then episode 2 will be here in less than 2 weeks. It'll be here Friday after next. So I guess we
Ooh,
got
and
to
can
get
I
our
get
crap
just a
together. And
little bit, of a hint of what we'll talk about? Just
of
a
course,
little
these
bit?
are our people. You can share with these people.
Yes. We are going to talk and dive into the books that we didn't get to this summer.
I cannot wait.
I'm excited. I'm really
It's going to be fun.
excited. Yes.
So we'll be back on there, but also going to be posting more like just online
Mhm.
content. Like I've got something coming out tomorrow, which everybody on here won't be surprised, but I'm doing a buzz or
Mhm.
bust, and I'll be talking about atmosphere. So it's going to be a
Woohoo.
little short going up on YouTube and Reels. So look for that and give it some love. Share it out there.
Exciting. Absolutely. Please do. I can't wait.
All right, folks. We will see you on the next one, and until next time,
Happy reading.
she's getting there. She almost
I'm
missed
getting
it.
there. Almost missed
All
it.
right.
Night
Have a good night,
night.
everybody.
Bye.